The public sector could face cuts to jobs, pay and services as the Chancellor tries to balance the books and avoid market turmoil. Britain is on the road to bankruptcy, a think tank has warned as ministers brace for Chancellor Rachel Reeves's announcement on spending cuts. The Centre for Policy Studies accused the government of dodging the chance to have a fundamental reckoning with a state that overspends and underdelivers, as the June 11 spending review loomed. Fiscal policy researcher Daniel Herring warned, with government debt approaching 100% of GDP and the tax burden at its highest peacetime level, the UK is on a road to bankruptcy. He claimed that instead of rolling back spending and lowering taxes, it seems as though the spending review will be nothing more than an attempt to make the sums add up on a Treasury spreadsheet. His warning comes as the respected Institute for Fiscal Studies said some areas will almost certainly face real terms cuts, unless the government increases overall spending. It claimed cuts would likely involve a combination of reductions in public sector employment, public sector pay and the range of public services the government provides. The scale of the cuts can be reduced, according to the IFS, if the NHS gets a low funding growth settlement. But it warned this will make it much harder to achieve the government's aspirations for reductions in hospital waiting times. It added increasing defense spending only makes these cuts elsewhere more likely. Defense Secretary John Healey has said there is no doubt military spending will reach 3% of GDP by 2030. A key challenge for Ms. Reeves is convincing the markets she has a grip on the national finances. The IFS warns, if the government promises cuts without a realistic plan for how to achieve them, this could undermine confidence in the credibility and deliverability of the government's spending plans and, by extension, the fiscal forecasts. Tom Clougherty, of the Institute of Economic Affairs, said, "It's now a quarter of a century since we last ran a budget surplus, despite the tax burden being at a record high. Low growth and an aging population means things will only get worse unless policies change dramatically."
Cuando tú no estás conmigo, ¿cómo gritarle a los vientos que me perteneces, que te necesito? ¿Cómo explicar la alegría cuando tú estás a mi lado? Yo sé que no hay en el mundo un amor más grande como el que me has dado. Te amo, amor, te amo, por siempre 1000 veces te amo. Y aunque no creo merecerte, doy gracias al cielo de haberte encontrado. Te amo, amor, te amo, por siempre 1000 veces te amo. Que Dios bendiga tus ojos, tu cara bonita, tu amor, tus encantos.